Ta-da! Oh, you guys can see chat now. No, that one. Not that it matters that you can see chat or not. All right, I'm going to... Oh, it did change it. Yes, there are different settings for different things.
Yeah.
This is good. All right, good morning, everybody. Happy Canadian Thanksgiving. It is our Day of Thanks, which is earlier than the American Day of Thanks, which is November, which always messes my brain up because I'm like, wait, no, Thanksgiving was before. But that's okay because then I can celebrate it twice. And that means pumpkin pie twice. Turkey twice. I'm just going to put on stuff in the background. Turn that down. I have like the best tunes. Who do we got? We have Haley. She's first in this morning, out of the gate. Closely on her flank is Cindy. Good morning. Katie's here. Mercy is here. Jerry's here. Hi, Jerry. We have Maddie. Katie's here and working on a mer horse. That is fantastic. We have Dora. Good morning, Dora. Jody. Good morning. Amy. Good morning. Brenda's here. Good morning, fellow Canadian. Happy Thanksgiving. We have people are like, yay, live stream. Canadian Thanksgiving. Thank you very much. Pumpkin. I did have pumpkin pie already, which is exciting.
I had pumpkin scones yesterday.
Yeah.
Yes.
Delicious. They are so good. If the background music is very loud, let me know. Hopefully there's not reverb from it, because I think my thing's sad. Let's see. If I turn that off, and then turn this on, hold on. Oh, hold on, I'm gonna do a different thing. So, how's it? I know we didn't do stream last time. We ended up going and celebrating my husband's hobby in his spare time. He's been doing a shutdown, which means that they have closed the plant that he works at totally down, and so that means they don't make money when they do that. So they've now had to repair a few things, add a few things to the plant, and they're getting it back up and going, which means that it's kind of crazy hours. He's working like 14 plus hours a day, and then he's got an hour drive either way, so it's ridiculous. He basically comes home, eats, and then goes to bed. Let's pick our vibe. I should have done this before I started. I thought we were gonna do a thing. I thought the thing was gonna work better. Where are we? I'm lost. Lost in the musics. That'll work. Ambiente? That sounds... Ooh, ambient Japan. That also sounds cool. Let us see what it comes up with. Apparently no sounds. It's kind of creepy. We'll do indie. We don't need sad indie. Oh my god. There, just so that there's something in the background. It makes it a little easier. Alright, yeah, so he's working shut down, and his hobby / only thing he loves in life other than working and me would be his truck. So he was racing his truck, and it was the last opportunity of the season for him to get out and do that. So we went and did that because he'd broken it the last time. He'd broken it the last time that he was out, and so we managed to get it back together because it wasn't as big of a problem as he thought, so we went and did that. And then he broke it again. So, such is the life of someone who does performance vehicles and trucks. Jody says she doesn't even hear the music. There should be some now, maybe in the background. The other stuff wasn't playing properly. Reefer, Teresa. I did not say reefer. Reverb. Yes. So between the microphone, because it's playing the sound that the computer's trying to play at the same time as it's on the mic, it might sound funky. Yeah, I don't know if that's going to mess with it. Because I can't hear it unless I put headphones on, which would actually be a very good idea. I could put headphones on and then I can hear what's actually going on. Like you guys. Because if there's reverb in the background, I can't hear it like you guys can. So it could be traumatizing you, or there could be like duplicate of my voice, and I would have no idea. And just keep talking. Unless you tell me in the comments. Jerry's so far behind. Why are you behind? Just with life or studio stuff, or behind in the streams. Streams haven't been super crazy exciting, so, well, it's always exciting being here with you guys. Just showing off stuff that I've got. We have Blindbags. There's a Pokemon one, and then there's this one, which has angel things on it, which are super cute. Let's see if it'll... So this one's obviously Maddie's. She was like, I want the Eevees so bad. And I was like, these are so pretty. They had a blind bag shop in the one mall we went to on Wednesday. And so they have all sorts of different blind bag things. It's from the same company that does the little cats. And these guys. So, like, similar to these, the Japanese style. We're going to be super cute and do cute things. We have, I think, all but 2 of the Ponyfest orders that should be sent out and complete. The the pancake shaker keychains have been a problem. So if at this point you have not gotten your order, let me know. Otherwise, there's 2, I think, that we have here that should be going out, and you should be getting notifications today because the pancake shakers are set. I had to refinish them and put another layer of epoxy on a couple of them because we got more seconds than we'd anticipated. So, because it's the first time dealing with this particular manufacturer, which means that it's a little bit more challenging to figure out exactly what I need to do, how many things, because with, say, enamel pins, your fail rate is, I think, 10%, so 10% of everything, just like pewter horses, I guess, the micros have a really high fail rate. So you have to kind of plan that in, that you're going to be throwing out a bunch or having some seconds, and I wasn't sure what the number would be for this manufacturer, and apparently it was higher than I thought. And it was particularly in the epoxy coating on top that was causing challenges. It did with the keychains too, because they had the glitter epoxy on the top, so you can see this one's kind of dull, and that's because I was messing with it, trying to figure out how to get it to smoothen out a little bit. But that's what lets you have the cool glitter. And then you just got to put the big shiny surface back on, which I have epoxy resin, so it works out okay. I do have a Ragnar behind me. Da 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 da. I will show you that. Jody hasn't gotten her order. Oh, yes. Take a peek, Jody, and let me know. Otherwise, if you're missing something, send us an email. Everything should be good to go except for 2 orders. I can't remember whose those were, but they will be contacted today, and I will let them know that they are going out today, because you'll get tracking today. Yay! On that note, we have a bunch of these ladies going out too. There's going to be contact emails going out for the fish batch to confirm emails, and everybody should be starting to get on target. I have, I think, like 15 sitting on the table over there, and those ones are in the process of being cleaned up, and then I'm going to have to cast more because we're out of the ones that are precast, and that will be mostly on me because my husband is not here to help. As I said, he's working crazy hours, so yay. We also have the first sagas that will be going out today or tomorrow. And they're looking really, really nice. So just finishing up getting these guys ready, and then they're going in boxes. As I hear them sliding around in the box. Let's see what else I got going on here. I will show you guys what came in the mail. I have some stickers. Gummy Pony came. Darren stickers came. And then I have the stuff coming for the next club boxes, which will be exciting. I'm getting really, really close to the camera because my old ass eyeballs are trying to see into the future. And by into the future, I mean to the chat. And I will also be sending out an email, or maybe I'll do it in the next stream, for the winner of this guy. I might actually announce it on the stream because it's more fun, then you guys know who gets it. Yes. So it's going out to one of the Ponyfest orders. So you'll see, and that's the mini Finn. And we're not going to unwrap him because he's all ready to go on his travels, which would be kind of cool. So stay tuned for next stream for that. Katie saying her membership to the Rad Rock and Rave is still pending. Sorry, I will go check that. I haven't been, as you probably could tell, on social media a ton. I'm focusing on trying to get the gardening stuff wrapped up, the biters wrapped up, getting the next club box all sorted out, ready to go, and also get some pressure canning done because we have a limited period of time when I can do that outside, and I have to do it outside because our pressure canner does not go on our glass stove. And for those of you wondering what the heck a pressure canner is, you can do pickles in a water bath canner, but in a pressure canner you can do meat and potatoes and yams and beets without anything being pickled, which is kind of cool. You can put raw chicken into a jar and put it in the pressure canner, and you end up with shelf-stable chicken for a year, which is kind of cool. So you just pick it off your shelf and then put it in whenever you're making or however you want to eat it. And it's, because it's pressure cooked and pressure canned, it is delicious because it keeps all the juices in it. Like if you pressure cooked it, it doesn't get all dry and crazy, which is kind of cool. This is the first year that I've used a pressure canner. I used to do pickles, and I used to do like mountains of pickles. So this way I can do things that aren't just pickles, which is kind of cool. And I did jams and things. There's a vanilla pear jam that I really, really like to do, which is delicious. I can also can my own pumpkin if I wanted to. You can can cheesecakes, but you can just do those in the oven. I should post the recipe for that because it's ridiculous. It's like shelf-stable cheesecake in a jar that's just ready to eat whenever. It doesn't need to be refrigerated, which is cool. So you cook it and heat it, and it kills all the things in it. Anyway, food. My brain gets a little food-centric sometimes. Speaking of food-centric, I got the air fryer attachment for the Instant Pot, and I put an individual Pillsbury cinnamon bun inside of it and cooked it, and it was ridiculous because it crisped the outside just perfect and the inside was gooey delicious. Hail to the air fryer. I do need to cook meats in it. I haven't done that really. I did fries and I did a cinnamon bun. So the important things in life, right? And looked up how to make donuts out of cinnamon buns, which is also magic because you just take the Pillsbury cinnamon buns and use a shot glass or a cookie cutter, cut out the middle, and then you have a cinnamon bun donut and you can glaze it however you want it. So good. Things I will show you. So I'm hoping with the biters that it'll pick up kind of starting soon. It might take me a second to figure out the tricks for getting her cast up nicely because Chris was the one that was doing that. But he'll have a little bit of time off in a bit. I've been doing the sagas, which is really cool, and she's very well behaved, which is really nice. Biter is not a behaved pony in any sense of the word. And then, like I was telling you guys before, her bases all need to be kind of custom fit for her. So we're working through things. This, like I mentioned last time, might very well be my last open edition, potentially for the foreseeable future. Just because if I can't predict when Chris is going to be able to help, and especially with difficult castings, I can't do the really, really big editions because they do take a long time to come out. And I know that for you guys, it's really hard waiting. That sucks. So we're just trying to work through this. I still don't know how I'm going to run with the rest of Scuttle, but I will fulfill the orders that we've got going on, and then we'll reassess what that looks like going forward. MVS posted not long ago, just a few days ago, that they are closing their stuff for orders because they're closing down their whole casting operation coming up right away here. That's going to have like lasting consequences on the hobby, and it's going to be very challenging going forward. I'm lucky enough to be able to have the ability to cast in-house, even if it is a little harder just being me doing all the things. But I can still do it. I still have the Rotocaster, which a lot of artists don't have because they are quite the investment. To get our Rotocaster up here, I think it was $10,000 by the time we were done with shipping, and the shipping was brain-breaking because they needed you to arrange for customs across the border, so we had to hire a border, like, agent person. I can't even remember what it was called, to do all the paperwork and get things over, and then you had to fill out things from a business side of view, which we hadn't really before, and it was just a nightmare. So, yeah, anyway. We have it, and then we have our pressure pots and all the rest, which are a lot more simplistic to deal with. So thankfully we have that ability to do that here, but not a lot of artists have that, and they will need to find casters like Jen and Tom, like Barry Fraley, who I think is fairly limited in what he can take on. And we have Resins by Randy, and I know they have a pretty solid client base that they've been dealing with that take up a lot of their time. And there's only so many things that a person can cast. So if you're dealing with a whole bunch of artists, so I think, like I've said before, that might transition us more into the realm of 3D printing for editions, which has its own positives and negatives. Everything's positive and negative and a balance. Anyway, ranting about casting. Yes. I want to show you the things that I got in the mail quickly. So this is Darren's Sticker Club, DJB. It is very, very cute. I do love me a sooty Palomino Appaloosa. For reasons. Frisian Sport Horse. It is a Frisian crossbred of Sport Horse type. The ideal Frisian Sport Horse is specifically bred to excel in FEI recognized Sport Horse disciplines. When crossed with Appaloosa colored horses, the result is a striking performance animal. La La Palooza, which is her theme for this year. Super, super cute. I really like it. She's doing these digitally, and it's crazy what you can do with the digital programs for drawing, because it looks like it was drawn in colored pencil. And then the crazy colored one is the minimal blanket, which is a variation of the blanket in which very little white occurs. I sound like Captain Kirk. Leaving less room for dramatic spots, and it is crazy colored. So this, if you signed up for her club, for 2 subs, you got the variants, which are super crazy colored and cool. I'm not sure if she's posted what her theme is for next year, but that should be a lot of fun anyway. Because it's always fun. I love the sticker club so much. This is the Gummy Pony Sticker Club, speaking of stickers. So cute. And also, speaking of crazy, look at the watercolory effect going on for her dapples. So, so cool. A lot of the artists that are doing digital work are using Procreate for the iPad. It is still pretty much the best thing that you can get out there if you're wanting to draw and play with things. It is with the Apple Pencil and an iPad Pro, because the iPad Pro has no distance between the pen and... That is not a pen. The pen and the glass. So you can actually see the stylus contacting exactly where you're touching on the screen, versus normal glass, which has a space in between. Same thing goes for mirrors. You can get mirrors that don't have that space in there, and they're really expensive because it's a crazy technology that they have to use to get it to do that, apparently. I don't know. It's expensive. That's all I know. So iPad Pro with the Apple Pencil and Procreate are pretty much the best magical combination that you can get for doing art on your own. It also does animations, which is really cool. So if you guys are looking for something to do, that's really fun. If you're doing art on a computer, it's nice to have a Wacom type tablet or some sort of tablet interface. It's really hard to draw non-organically on a screen. I find that if the tablet's separated, so I had a little bamboo touch tablet for the longest time, which was separate from the screen, but now I have Cintiqs, which mean I can draw right on the screen, which is super fun. I am actually staring at the giant 32-inch Cintiq, which is my monitor / digital sculpting interface. I had a smaller version before, but it wasn't big enough to do the digital sculpting with all the crazy menus you have to have around, so working on stuff was crazy. And my eyes are getting older. I actually have had bifocal glasses for say you're old without saying you're old. A year or so now, which is crazy. Which means that it's got far-seeing options on the top and short, close-seeing options on the bottom. And I'm not a very good candidate for eyeball surgery with lasers because my eyeballs are dry. I actually have the tear ducts plugged with little tiny silicone plugs because they just don't function very well. I blame that on my childhood and my genetics, which I will not be passing on to further generations. Yay! There will only be one me. We'll only have to torture you guys once. Jody's like, sad. All I see is hearts and cinnamon buns. They were so good. So good. Another thing that's really good to do with cinnamon buns is you can take them, cut them up, and then make French toast out of them, which is magical. Follow me for more recipes and tips. We should do a food section. So if you watch, Brandon Sanderson has a podcast that he does, and they have a section in the beginning that's called Food Heists. And so the food heist section of their podcast comes usually in the beginning, and they talk about something where someone stole some sort of crazy food, and it's magical. I love it so much. And if you don't know who Brandon Sanderson is and you like to read fantasy type books, you definitely need to check him out. He is amazing. My favorite author, pretty well, hands down, I think. It grabs my brain in this morally challenging, beautiful, delicious depth of character. There's no black and white. Every character has its delicious challenges. It's just so good. And his magic interweaves not only within its own world, but he has a Cosmere, which is like a whole universe of worlds that kind of interlink, and some characters flow between the worlds, and the magic systems kind of complement each other. So good. I like the Stormlight Archive, so that would start with The Way of Kings if you were looking for a place to get started. Elantris is kind of a standalone book, so it's not a long commitment. The other books are giant and commitments. They have graphic audio book versions, which are really, really good. If you haven't heard of graphic audio before, they're amazing. I like to listen to them while I'm working in the studio because it's like a movie. Well, their taglines, the movie in your mind. So I like this. We're just chatting about the things that are awesome in life. I love it. They have different actors that play the different roles and different sound effects. It sounds like a movie that you're listening to while you're doing something, which is really, really cool. Because as creative people, our brains like to be able to put things together and do awesome things visually in our heads as we do other things, which is cool. So graphic audio is really awesome, and they do most of Brandon Sanderson's stuff. They also do a whole bunch of the DC books. I've bought tons of comics from them because it's really, really cool to listen to their adaptations of Marvel and DC and all sorts of different stuff. They do lots of westerns. They do some space things, and I wouldn't be as familiar with the other stuff that they do. But check them out. Graphic audio is really cool. And then I'll listen to Audible. I have an Audible subscription, so I listen to all sorts of books and stuff on there. But for whatever reason, my brain doesn't do their fiction very well. I like nonfiction from them. So, I just finished listening to Ready Player 2, which was really interesting. It's very... It reminded me very much of meta, which scares me. I don't like the idea of meta. I don't trust that Facebook and these companies will be using, as I'm saying this on Facebook. So if my video gets banned, it's because I'm talking shit about Facebook. And they own YouTube, don't they? So yeah, they might remove me and censor me entirely. But I don't trust them in your brain doing things, and this virtual reality thing, while it's a very cool thing to play with, not sure I trust them yet. They have not proven that they're of the best moral character. So, we'll see how it goes. But anyways, this thing would hook up right to your brain and memories, and scary. But if you liked Ready Player 1, Ready Player 2 is really cool, with lots of geeky Easter eggs throughout. Jody Jones is like, I'm headed to the store, I need the cinnamon buns. Amy said I would 100% follow you for more recipes. Blood sugar just skyrocketed. There's lots of sugar in the studio, so my blood sugar is always quite high. Katie's liking the recipe idea as well. Team Marvel. So with the exception of Batman, I am Team Marvel as well. But their Batman stuff is amazing. I think I like it because it has that kind of dark, morally contrasty thing. DC in general, I was never a Superman fan, but Batman I enjoy quite thoroughly. Not as much as I enjoy Spider-Man, but that's okay. Spider-Man's more my jam. It's got the funnies. I like the funnies. Ready Player 1 was fantastic. I really liked it. And Ready Player 2, also very good. The same author also has a book called Armada, which is also supposed to be kind of video gamey and good. I have not heard it, listened to it, / read it. So we'll see. I might next. We'll see how it goes. Speaking of the things, oh shoot, I will have to show you guys next time because I don't know where I put his box. But he comes with the coolest, like, I can't remember. It's not lithographic. Stereolithographic. Basically those 3D cards that you can move and you can see the whatever it is on a flat surface in 3D. She's done that for him. So this is Ragnar from Kelly Seeley. This is a copyright from Kelly. It is not one of the ones that came from Jolt. I'm not sure why, Kelly, if you're listening, why did you send me one from the UK all the way here when you have Jen and Tom doing it? It would have probably saved you shipping doing it from the States. But anyways, he is super, super cool. Look at his, like, schnarlies. I will have to poke her brain because this is an open mouth, much like Biter, except a little bit more closed, which is harder to do. So she's probably running through molds fairly quickly with that, as we've learned with the Biter situation. If you want all the details in the mouth, you have to mess with some games. But for the small version of Biter, which hopefully will happen in the new year, it'll happen eventually. I'm just trying to figure out when it's going to happen. I need to get through, obviously, Biters and babies before we do anything else. But super, super cool. I love almost everything about him. For whatever reason, my brain does not jive with his hair, and it's not because his hair is wrong. It just, my brain wants to do something else. So if you see him with his mane and potentially tail removed in the future, that might be a thing. And he needs to be all sorts of different kinds of fantasy. I'm trying to get him to contrast well. All sorts of different kinds of fantasy, because he's amazing. That is not dark enough. There. We'll put him on red, because he's Ragnar. I don't remember if Kelly still has him available. Da 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 da. Oh, hold on. This is hard to do. There you go. She might still have some available. If not, we'll see how that goes. It's backwards for me, so it's kind of challenging to move things the right way. But he's super, super cool. His base is actually hollowed out on the bottom, which I thought was a really neat touch. It's obviously a digital touch. This is fairly easy to do in digital format. It also saves on weight and resin material. So by hollowing those out, that would be something akin to if you're 3D printing, there'll be like a structure on the inside. So instead of printing something, totally solid, you can actually go in and do like a lattice structure on the inside to save space and weight and material. But yeah, that's Ragnar. He's super cool. I will show off his card next time. He came with card and sticker and a wisp. Which is, oh, maybe I have a box. Hold on.
I spy with my box. A box.
No, that's Laura's.
Such elegance.
I'm dragging toilet paper everywhere. So, sticker. Wow, the glitter. And then card. Isn't that cool? That makes me happy as a 90s baby. I like the transition point there where it's like, but very, very, very cool. And then I got our Rista. He's delicious.
Those are amazing.
And then she's of course got all of her beautiful touches. It is as environmentally friendly as possible for model ponies. And there's lots of biodegradable things in there. She reuses stuff, which is nice. She tells you also to reuse stuff. I'm going to show you Laura's swag. So Saga, if you've ordered Saga, and she's coming, that is her certificate of the authenticity with its silver shininess on it. Super, super pretty. And so, Muddy Raven Studios is Laura's studio. Muddy Raven. And she picked that before she met me, so it has nothing to do with me. Leah Perez is of Canyon Spring Studios, and she's the one that sculpted the beautiful Saga. And Laura commissioned her to do so, and then is selling them for her. And Saga also comes with stickers. These ones. And these ones. And then some lucky people got the glow-in-the-dark version, which is cool. And then she's got really pretty pins. Oops. And this is Laura's info. Laura Brown. Dun, da, da, da. So there's your sorrel and your bay. And these are the hard enamel pins, or soft enamel pins, sorry, but they're enamel. And then rainbows. Super, super cool. And purple, because purple. Laura got onto the pin thing, which is awesome. I need to figure out the pin thing eventually for pins that are not the acrylic version. I would like to try the metal ones. So I tidy the things, and then we go on to the blind bags. Can you catch?
Maybe. Maybe. Can we come get it? Wow.
I'm teaching Maddie how to play catch. Working really well, actually. She's learning to catch better. So, we'll do a blind bag, and then I will zoom off and get your boxes on the way, and I will start to go through emails and try and get those more caught up today as well. Oh, there's a tab. Nah. That makes it easier. I like tabs.
Oh, my
And then if anybody has questions, you can ask them in the chat while we open this. It's a bed! Oh, is it like a little mini beanbag bed?
Yeah, it's like a little pet bed.
Oh.
Oh, it's so cute.
They did not want it to be moist. It has anti-moist balls in it.
There's instructions on how to place your creature
On the bed?
on the bed.
Oh.
I'm not even kidding.
Why?
I don't know.
There's also mystery things. Ooh, I got the one I like.
Oh my god. There's multiple uses for the bed.
Really?
It says you can use it as like a wrist thing for using your mouse, and you can also use this phone cleaner.
Alright then.
I have a bed.
Speaking of crazy litho whatever artwork, there is one for this. I might have gotten a very naked character. And I don't know. Winning rate. Oh, says spice up your life. Spice it up. Like Spice Girls style. Unlock for happiness. 100% chance of winning if you scan the barcode in languages I cannot read. Ah, it's Evie! She's so cute. That might have been the one Maddie wanted. So what I liked about these ones is the sculptural style. And this was one of my favorites because look at that. I love the use of transparent resins and plastics along with non, and I love when they do hair in that anime style and have it going all the directions. This is a very, very challenging sculpture / resin to pull off. I would love to do this in the model horse hobby and have it be crazy. So if you look up the Sideshow collectibles, their sculpture style is something I'd really, really like to bring to the hobby at some point, and it is very much like this. I very, 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 very much love this. It does increase the complexity, and normally when you do something like this, you do it in a kit version so that people put it together themselves. But this one obviously came assembled, and for the price point, I think this was $18, and it's crazy. And of course, it doesn't actually have a proper name on it that you could look up, but those were its design options. So I got this one. I'll show Evie in a second. But I love that when it wraps around. So cool. And the angel would have been really fun too. I'm assuming the angel's wings don't come on her. But there's like little bubbles on her hair. Check that out. Look at the little bubbles. There's little bubbles and she's surrounded by stuff. So cool. Little space baby. She's awesome. I see Evie.
Look at the instructions.
Okay. So, Evie goes on the bed. You put her on the bed. You take her off of the bed. And you can use it as a wrist thing for the mouse. Or you take her off of the bed and you can clean your phone with it. Da, 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 da.
Why would you take her off the bed?
Why would you take her off
Look
the
at her. She's
bed?
sleeping.
Oh my god! Evie on the bed! Look how cute that is! Okay, that's ridiculous. She does kind of sink a little bit too far into the bed.
She's so cute.
Look at how cute and cuddly she is. You'd have to, like, position the bed. Look. So cute. And for those that want to see her not on the bed, she's sleeping. I think they had Pikachu and Bulbasaur and Snorlax, because Snorlax.
Snoring.
But it's actually got little foamy beans, like a little mini beanbag. That is ridiculous.
Pancake Bulbasaur, or snoring Snorlax.
So, Pokemon Eevees. So those are your options. Pikachu with a hat. The Bulbasaur is so cute.
I like snoring Snorlax.
That's the brand name if you want to look it up. Trying to get the camera to focus is really hard. There we go. Lang Bo Wang.
Yes.
Lang Bo Wang. Is that on the other one? 52 Toys is the other one. So if you look up 52 Toys Angel blind box, you'd probably come up with it. Or somehow screenshot that and look it up. I can't remember. What's the store called? Token is the store name that they're the blind bag emporium we got these from. And there were specific brands that they carried. I don't know if they're all from the same distributor or what their deal is, but stuff and things. Yes. Anyways. One day there will be a horse with hair swirling all around it. Much like this. With potentially clear effects around it. Because maybe it'll be a unicorn.
Magic.
Because magics. And I love it so much. That will not be an open edition. I can promise you that right off the hop. Unless I can find some place to, like a manufacturer to make it like they make these ones. Because I will cry and never live again. I did ask you to ask questions in the chat, so I will be anti-moist balls. So apparently moist is a word that not a lot of people like the sound of, and our lovely Prime Minister had said moistly in one of his COVID, he said, don't speak moistly. Which in and of itself is a very moist word to say. Moistly. I can feel it. Like it gets your salivary glands going. And if you don't like that word, I apologize because I've said it like 20 times. I might do at some point, like if I ever get a chance to sculpt again, a hangout while I make a thing. The challenge with, while I stream it, the challenge with that is while I make a thing, it is hard for me to talk because I can't flow state and talk at the same time very well. There's also a potential that I could do filming of things that I'm working on and rant while I do it. Like after voiceover rant, or live stream the video while I voice over it and join it on a different chat. I have no idea. Anyway, I would like to do that at some point because I think it would be fun to not just chat like this. This is awesome. We can hang out and chat like we're friends hanging out. But it would be fun to do the working on the art things too. Maybe like draw things. Be like, someone tell me what to make. I'm making a pink elephant monkey. Because why not? And that sounds adorable. Now I need to make a pink elephant monkey. It's like the little bumblebee pony. We had to do that. Do I have a shelf where I keep all the blind bag stuff? I do not, but I should. That would be smart. I actually have a little bit of wall space that I could probably do that and put like little baby shelves with all the blind bags. I do love it when we go to, there's a toy store called Discovery Hut that they have a couple of locations of. It's a local place and they do lots of blind bags, and you can, like, they have open ones that are in a cabinet and you can kind of trade. If you get one you don't like, you can trade for one in the cabinet, which is a really cool option. And I love that they have them all on display. It's really satisfying. And I think people do really cool displays with their blind bag things. It's funny that kind of started with the monkey vinyls, and then it's taken off into this crazy world of all sorts of amazing blind bag toy things that just, for an artist, these are so cool. And to own something of like that quality and that kind of stylization for under 20 bucks is ridiculous. If I can find the brand for that, I will Google Lens the box and post that for you guys. And then we will have options that aren't you being like, I'm trying to look up this thing and I don't know what it is. Just because it's fun. I know that there are cool options. I should do a Zoom, says Haley. Everybody gets together and works on projects. That would be fun. That would be a way to foster happy in the hobby, because then I wouldn't also have to be the only one to talk if it's not just like this. I can see you guys talking there and you can see each other talking there, but you can't hear each other talking there, which would be more fun because then you can tell jokes and I can laugh. As for hobby stuff, I haven't been following stuff, but it seems like it's been less dramatic. Yay! The llamas are sleeping. Which is really, really cool. We are in Inktober, which I always forget about, and then I always miss the beginning of, which I probably wouldn't finish it anyways. And then we have coming up, I think, ICE, so the International Customizing, I should know this, event. International, ICE, International Customizing something event. Yes, that one is coming up. Teresa don't want you to have a microphone. No. Should I send you a scrunchie and then send you a microphone? I think this would be entertaining. We should try this. Maybe I'll do that at some point. Do a Zoom instead of just a live, which would be fun. I think I would need, a thing. But anyway. Oh, Amy doesn't have a mic. That's okay. You can mime. We can do charades. It'd be amazing. Yeah. We've devolved. This has devolved. I don't think there's been anything else crazy going on in the hobby other than Briar is doing another appreciation event. I think they've had a fairly challenging year with couple years with all of the delays of their production stuff coming out of China. And shipping rates going up and trying to keep pricing reasonable for everybody. And then some of their releases, I think, haven't been as popular as they had hoped for. So if you can support Briar, do support Briar. By purchasing from them is how we keep them in business. And for them to do 2 Collectors Club type appreciation events in 1 year is probably an indication that they are not doing as well as they'd hoped. So they're trying to drum up support. So if you can purchase from them, whether or not you get the level that you require for a glossy, I would suggest buying from them because that's how we keep them in business. They have their Halloween stuff out. They have their Christmas stuff out now, and we should be seeing their new releases for next year soon, including, hopefully, regular Red Fireheart in a new color. Rosalie, the really fluffy, barfy unicorn carousel ornament that I designed for them and sculpted for them and painted for them, all in one, is out and available through them now. She's on the site. She would look really, really cool done up goth style if you wanted to repaint her. She would look really cool done up in different colors if you do not like her pinks and her barfy, corny colors. She's barfy and corny. Which is true. Princess Barficorn. And customized she'd be really fun. You could take off her unicornness and shave stuff off of her if you wanted to. Put epoxy on them. I've seen some people do ornaments that are customized, which is a really fun option. They also have some really wicked cool shrunk down versions of some of their stuff. I got the Ash Choir purple unicorn stompy thing that's super cool. They have Troubadour as their Christmas horse this year, all done up pretty, which is really nice. And then, like I said, we should be seeing really fun stuff coming up right away here, I'd imagine. All their new shiny things, which is fun. And I know it's challenging, but it's like, oh my god, there's so many new shiny things. There's also Supermare out by Nomad Horses, Nomad Horses. Really, really fun, like super stompy, awesome thing. I try not to do the release coverage because I'm terrible at it and I'd forget people. I think Jake Heaps has a zombie version of the punk rocker little...
His name is Tombstone. It's amazing.
His name is Tombstone. We have a personal connection to Tombstone. There was a pony roleplay forum at one point, and they had a Tombstone that ruled one of the areas, and he was badass. Which is totally a thing. If you haven't ever heard of that before, horse roleplay online is a thing you can do. It's all text-based, and you come up with characters. Anything else that I'm missing? Next stream, I'll do the name draw live for this guy and send him off. And then that'll be fun. And maybe I'll do a Halloween giveaway closer to Halloween. Ween, all the way home. And we have, of course, lots of candy for that, so that'll be fun. For Geronimo ornaments on Prime. Nice. I'm such a nerd. I am. I don't even hide it anymore. I used to hide it. Now I don't hide it. That's her name. Princess Barbicorn. That's what we call her. She's Princess Barbicorn. Yes. We have Sparkle Butt. Sparkle Butt colors? I like it. Oh! That gives me ideas. We need an Appaloosa. Some sort of paint job with the glitter things on her butt being sparkle. Or like just the, yeah. You could mask everything off for her butt and then have it just be sparkle spots, which would be fantastic. Yay, coming up with ideas. Amy gets credit for that one if we do that in the future. All right, on that note, I will... That's why you're my people. On that note, I will let you guys go. We're going to pack up saga-y things and biter-y things and send them off to awesome people. I'm going to try and reply to as many emails as I can possibly do. We might go through some of the Scuttle orders and start assigning batches because we haven't got there yet. That mold should be done in the next little bit. And I will let you guys know as that goes. We should be seeing another update, I'd imagine, from Jen and Tom in the next week or two, probably. And then we won't have castings, obviously, for a little bit. But like I said, probably before the end of the month. We are only on the 9th of October, so there's still much month. And then we'll go from there. And if you haven't replied to my email or seen my email and you have a Scuttle order, I do need you to reply to that with your choice of time payments or pay in full. And pay in full will be as we go with batches. Done a little bit different than Biter, and that's just because Biter, I didn't anticipate how that went. So we did it a different way, and I was kind of locked into that way because it's not fair to change it midway through. All right. On that note, I will let you guys go, and I will see you next Sunday. We will do draws and fun and hang out and chat, and maybe I'll try and figure out a Zoom for some point, because that'll at least get me a time to sculpt, which would be fun, as Haley knows that I don't sculpt very much. It's just all the boxing and the cleaning of all the resins. All right. Thank you guys for coming. We will see you next time. I will... hopefully have more stuff to show you guys then. Alright, see ya! Maybe more recipes. Join me next week for more recipes. Alright.